In this execution plan, we're going to talk about some very basic psychological principles that you can use to create a 5-step conversation plan with new clients that will actually help you close up to 90% of your personal trainer consultations. First step is to understand that sales are good. Now, when most personal trainers think of sales, they think about sleazy door-to-door salesmen and cold callers. They think about those awkward conversations and having tried to persuade a prospective client to work with them. Well, sales doesn't have to be like that, and while you're not going to get good at selling personal training consultations straight off the bat, know this: sales are good. Think of it this way: you're sat with Judy, who's booked in a consultation with you. She's been thinking about hiring a personal trainer for some time now. Judy has looked around, she's done a bit of research, and now she is sitting in front of you. But this is only what you see on the surface. Deep down, Judy is in pain. We'll dig a little deeper into why Judy is in pain later on, but to provide some perspective, it would be so much easier for Judy to have done nothing. Inaction is easy. So much easier than taking action, but for some reason Judy has taken action and now she is sitting in front of you trying to figure out whether the money she could invest in you will take away that pain. The next step is to cut to the chase. The first thing that you need to ask Judy after the usual pleasantries is, why have you decided to do something about your problem now? This question helps you to immediately figure out what the problem is. It cuts straight to the reason why Judy is sat in front of you today and helps both you and Judy to understand the urgency of her problem. Asking this question almost immediately might seem a bit obtrusive, but remember, Judy has taken many steps to be here with you, and she hasn't taken this time out of her day to talk about the weather. Plus, this question lets Judy know that you mean business. Next, in the introduction, you're going to ask Judy, why did you choose me to help you with this problem? This is the golden question because you're going to get Judy to tell you that you're the expert. She knows enough about you from her research or from referrals to assume that you're the right person to help her solve her problem. After that, you want to find the pain. In the next part of the conversation, you need to find out why Judy is in pain. And I'm not talking about the dress that she doesn't fit into anymore. When Judy says, because I want to fit into the size 10 dress that I used to fit into when I was 30, you want to say, why do you want to fit into that dress in particular? Then Judy might say something like, because it made me feel young, fit and healthy. After that, you want to say, well, why is it important for you to feel young, fit and healthy? Well, then Judy might respond, well, all the women in my family get heart problems at 50. I'm almost 40 now and I don't want the same thing to happen to me. Well, holy guacamole, you found it. This is why Judy is in pain. Judy is literally suffering at the thought of waking up in the same footsteps as other female members of her family. Once you've done this, we're going to look at framing. Now, the framing effect is an example of cognitive bias in which people react to a particular choice in different ways depending on how it is presented. For example, as a loss or a gain. Now, people tend to avoid risk when a positive frame is presented, but seek risks when a negative frame is presented. Gain and loss are defined in the scenario of descriptions of outcomes. For example, weight lost or gained, disease gained or avoided, etc. Now, to help Judy to understand how she would gain from working with you, you need to help her frame. Here's what you ask. If you could look 1 year into the future from now, what needs to have changed for you to be happy? Now, this allows Judy to paint a picture in her own mind of exactly what she wants to happen. If Judy has that picture in her mind when it comes to asking you for money, the loss of that picture would make Judy happier to take a risk with you. Not that it should be a risk, but you get the point. Now you want to create an action plan. Now that Judy knows why she has contacted you and what she wants to accomplish, it's time to create an action plan. This is where you simply ask Judy, what do you think you need in order to make this happen? This is where Judy is going to start listing exactly what she thinks she needs, so listen up, because this is where you're basically going to tell her that your service can help her with. Judy might say something like, I need to eat better food, nutrition plan, I need to make sure I go to the gym, accountability, and I need to know how to do something, which will be your coaching. After that, you want to prescribe and close. Now, Judy has told you exactly what she thinks she needs, Judy might think she needs 1,000 crunches per day to get a flat stomach, but you know that this isn't true. Now is not the time for education. Judy has already Googled how to get a flat stomach. Your job in this meeting is to see if Judy is the right fit for your fitness program, and if she is to get her on it. To close this sale and help Judy, you need to write her a prescription based on her needs. Sure, your prescription for Judy isn't going to differ from what you might actually provide on your program, but Judy couldn't actually care less about your list of features. She's here to see if you meet her needs. So what you want to do is you want to simply respond to Judy with, okay, well, my coaching program will teach you how to eat the right foods at the right time without starving yourself. You'll learn how to train properly and in the most efficient way to meet your goals. You'll also be personally held accountable to me. Now, the rest of the conversation at this point will undoubtedly be about money. Whatever you do, do not discount your services in any way. This massively undervalues what you do, and if the potential client really wants to train with you, then they'll find a way to make it happen. Remember, by the time someone gets to you, they are in pain. They've come to you because they believe that you can help them take away their pain, and if you really believe that you can help them, selling them your services is the best thing that you can do for them.